Okay guys, so it's Max here, and in this video we are going to do a van tour, and this van is of my dad's van, and later on my channel there is going to be a video of my mum's van because well, that one's been done over a lot longer period of time with a lot more finishing touches, but this one knocked up in a few months and it looks amazing, even though we haven't spent much time or like real effort into it, just a few weekends here and there, and it looks pretty well. Right now we're away in Cornwall, and there'll be a Cornwall video out before or after this video. I haven't decided yet, whichever one's done first probably, and then there'll be the van tour of my mum's van. So let's stop talking and let's get into it. So guys, ignore the background noise, but this is the van. It's a 2002 Ford Transit short wheelbase low top. So it's cool. It was previously a dog van with only 100,000 miles, even though it's like nearly 18 years old, 17 years old. It had tinted windows that are the crappy Ford Transit windows that seal's broken and then the other one's really dodgy, but it's not like it leaks even though it's like that. Tinted, pre-tinted already. It was a dog van. It did smell a bit, but we gave it a clean, took out the old wood and then put loads of new wood in, and now it just smells nice. And then there's this little window like the Citroen Berlingo, and we do have curtains in there, including a nice curtain from the front that you can't quite see. Also around here it has two rear tinted windows, which is quite cool. So when you open the sliding door, you then are met with the interior. So there was a bit of rust on this step, and yeah, it's a bit muddy at the moment, but basically grinded back the rust, sanded it back, and then gave it some spray paint. There was a little hole on that wheel arch over there that was welded and then spray painted nice, and a little one there as well. So that was all fixed, and all the rust, which wasn't much for a Transit, was gone. As you can see, the bottom looks very nice for a Transit, which is very rare, and sorry again for the bad audio. So it's got a bit it's got some of the reflective kind of insulation, sorry about the focus, which is like the vapor barrier stuff just from Audi, and then it's got a bit 12mm ply screwed down, bolted through the old floor bolts, and then we got some vinyl wrap on the top, not vinyl wrap, vinyl flooring with some trim from Wix, which was nicely cut at 45 degrees with a grinder, just with countersunk screws, and that just really finished off the front step. Also matte, I think from Wix again, pretty durable one. We had one in the studio, also got a video for the studio, you can check it up in the card up there. This box we've had, I don't know, like 10 years, and now, well, it's in here. So it's travelled far and now it's in the van. This broke off halfway through like a couple of days ago. That's for clothes and stuff. Two pillows, worked well. So if you go into here, draw the curtain, give yourself some privacy, just across like that, and then there you go. Bit of tongue and groove, same as it's on the ceiling, very nice, with some trim added round just for a finishing touch. So also then there's these lights, which were stock Transit lights that were just in there, but we basically, they sat that way, and when we did the tongue and groove, cut a hole and just turn them that way so they match the way of the tongue and groove, and they look very nice. But we didn't want the bulb in the front, which the Transit does normally come with, so we took the bulb out, and then the light switch fell apart. Realised it needed the light switch to the actual bulb to stay together, so I just replaced it with a switch that I had, and it happened to fit perfectly in there without any like modifications. It just fits in there. Now you do have a hole, but it does fit in there, and then that's it with it on. It lights it up nice in the night time. So excuse the bit of mess around here. We're at a skate park, that's where it's a bit noisy, but also had a cup of tea, as you can just have one. We got gas and water. So then there was this old cabinet which we've had since we moved into the boat, which was about 5 years ago, and it was lying in the workshop for ages, just being ruined, and it got a bit mouldy on one corner, so I sanded it all back really harshly, put a couple of coats of varnish on, and then we got given this stove, which was just perfect. So then I took the cabinet apart, raised it with a bit of wooden plank from Wix, and stuck it on, and then put the stove in, and that works well with the gas bottles down there with the water tank behind it. Also there's this rail which came from someone else's van that they got rid of, which works well as a towel rail, which we just installed before going out on this trip. Then we got this spice rack, which we also installed just before going out on this trip. Here's Dad's lamp, he owns a lamp. Must advise you go buy one in the description. I'll put lamps with a link next to it, and please do click and buy one. I got a few, I was selling them at Boomtown, which was good. If you didn't know, Boomtown's a festival, just to let you know. And here it's spices and it keeps all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is really nice. Here, lift that up, open that. All packs away nicely, all plumbed in. Goes down there with all the kettle and stuff in there. Also we run it off a foot pump, just nice and simple. These are temporary little latches, but food in that one, and then a bit of cutlery in that one. Works well. This one, so we raised it. This one, the sink goes right down to there. You probably can't see. You can see a bit. But yeah, so that was good. But here there was wasted space. It was just really annoying. You had to stack food on top of each other. So we attached it to the door, so it acts as one big door now, and also put a shelf in. So now you can shove loads of food in there. A big tub of peanut butter, much needed. Some biscuits, and you know, good old Yorkshire tea. So now we also put this here to stop things falling back, and it's like a barrier here so you can put stuff down. Cover for the battery, as transit batteries are under the driver's seat. And then loads of underbed storage. And this is a sofa bed that goes the wrong way to a transporter, which looks like this one's quite nice. But normally they have a rock and roll bed which comes out this way and you lose a lot of floor room. But this way we can sleep here because my dad's quite short, so he just lies across there. It is a bit short, but it's okay for camping and stuff. There's a futon on here from an old sofa, but it works really well. It just folds down that way and you sleep across the van. You can fit 2 people there, and then I've slept here a couple of times, and plenty of room. We move that box that way a bit, put a mattress down there, it works well. So this, like I said, was insulated with the vapor barrier, and in between, up behind these walls, we have the acoustic rock wool kind of recycled glass insulation, which isn't too nasty. It's not like proper fiberglass rock wool. It's not too bad, but use some gloves, but you don't really need a mask much. But yeah, it's just from Wicks again, and then all cladded, which looks very, very nice. Then on the back there's 2 curtains because it spans a wider area, because that one you miss out the section of this here. So that looks quite nice. You can pull them across, and then we got another curtain over there. These curtains are just held up by magnets, so you've got 3 going along the top, and then when you roll it up you can put 2 at the top, and then when you put it down those 2 can go at the bottom. Washing up liquid stays safely there, perfect height, we didn't even measure it, just happened to fit there. But yeah, this is, you can live 3 people in here for about a week. We've done it. We got another week, but we stay at a campsite and then put the tent up. But then when we stay on the road, obviously you can't put the tent up. But then we all fit in here, so it works pretty well. But all the curtains go down, it makes it pretty dark in here. They're all blackout curtains. And then we built this cabinet, which is just a simple cabinet. It doesn't have any kind of staying up hinges, which is like the little details that my mum's van has. But you know, it's functional. You just open that, put stuff in, close it. We are planning to get some solar in this van, which will be good because then you can charge a laptop with a 12-volt charger. There won't be an inverter, and you can charge your phones without using the starter battery and worrying that it might be dead by the time you try and start the engine. We've also got this light which really helps in the kitchen because it's right above it, which does make a difference. You would think these ones work for that, but they do. You can live, and then you just turn that one on and you just realise how much easier it is to have a proper light. And this was just off Amazon, but it's not just an Amazon light anymore. It's now been modified by me, and it's got the same batteries that the lamps have, which is just an old Nokia phone battery, and it's also got a charging system, just a simple micro USB board, and that's all hooked up to the same board, and they're brighter than they were, and they also last like 5 times as long. So I don't know why they put crappy AAA's in there, but definitely, if you know what you're doing with electrics, I'd advise doing that if you can, because it definitely helps. Cups for a few mugs, the others are drying down here. But it's also a nice little stove here, which works well. Just in there. So here's the cab, just a normal transit cab. And then, so I'll show you around the back in a second, but right here we have like a second water butt here, as you can see. And that's easier for filling up rapidly rather than using the foot pump. And it's quite good. Just put out the step, fill the kettle up or fill your bottle up, and it works well. So this is the back, just so you get loads of space. So there are the lamps which I'm selling, just there, and then there's bags and stuff, like I said, to go in the cab. Sorry about the wind. Go in the cab when you put the bed down, and then here's the water, and I think it's a 23 litre, and it came with the foot pump. Someone gave us the foot pump and the water tank, which was very helpful. Spare number plate and a bag of tools, which is always useful. Spare stove because we were at Boomtown. Yeah, there we go. That's the back of the van, and that's the back of the curtain rails. Just some dowel off from Wix again, with a thicker bit of tongue and groove on the back one, and it covers all these horrible bits and that bit there and stuff. But yeah, works well. And then did have a tow hitch. Was supposed to get one when we bought it, but they didn't actually give us the tow ball bit because it had one of the pin type tow hitches, and they were going to swap it, but they forgot, so we got to buy one of them if we want to tow anything. Eventually have a solar panel on the top, and yeah, it will be basically finished. I mean, obviously you can put bits here. We've worked out from this trip that we need some hooks here and there, because there's not quite enough places to just put a jacket or put a spoon that doesn't fit in a drawer, or put a little towel somewhere, you know, those little bits and bobs. But that's how you learn from living in it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this van tour. Probably went on a bit, but van tours do because they have a lot of details. But here's a van coming in now, looks quite interesting. Could be a camper, most likely. Most of these vans are. There's another one there. Another one there. In fact, no, there was one there. Not that one, there was another VW. But yeah, so if you did like this video, stay tuned for my mum's van tour, which will be a lot more in detail, a lot more professional than this one, with tripods and stuff. And the van itself will be even more detailed and nicer as well. Sorry about the wind, I'm trying to shelter from the wind. But anyway, yeah, I'll stick a card up there to my mum's video when it does appear. Otherwise, go subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video next Wednesday.